Aloy and Tallneck from Horizon Zero Dawn. During the sketch phase of the previous image of Aloy and the Watcher, I'd sketched out this idea of Aloy rappelling from a Tallneck. Though to be totally honest, this is not a new idea. I actually painted this idea in ink several years ago. But I've always wanted to revisit it, and this happened to be a great time to do that. This image went through a lot of different iterations, so it's going to be another long video. The total time spent on the image was just over 18.5 hours, and the time lapse was also over 18 minutes long, so things were sped up a little bit. I really struggled with getting Aloy's pose right, and I used a ton of different references. From photos of real-life people rappelling down mountains, to multiple videos and screenshots showing Aloy's rappelling animation. Even then, I felt that the image didn't have the right flow or composition. In the end, I landed on a pose that probably looks like she's swinging from a rope rather than rappelling down, but to be honest, that worked better with my idea. Tallnecks are machines found in the Horizon Zero Dawn universe. Basically, these tall machines act as communication towers, and scaling the machines and overriding them helps the player unlock things on the map without actually having to go through the area. This means that it's one of the very few, if not the only machine, you don't end up fighting in the game. If you have any questions about my process, let me know in the comment section. The style of this image might appear a bit different to some of my previous videos. This is mainly because I'm not using the watercolor brushes as much here, and I'm only adding them to the background and select mid-tones of Aloy. I'm actually kind of coming back to my regular painting style where I'm using my textured brush and not blending colours as much. But I hope this shows that an art style is something that's fluid. It follows the topic you're exploring, the brushes and colours you use, but it also depends on the mood you're in and how you're wanting to paint then and there. So if you feel you don't have a set art style, know that it's a thing that's not set in stone and it changes for everyone. It took me a while to nail down the colours I wanted to use in this image. Initially, I worked with a lot of blues and oranges, and I picked these colours because I wanted to use the cold, warm and the complementary contrasts. Though there was something about the colours that didn't sit well with me, and in hindsight, it's easy to see what was wrong. First of all, there wasn't enough dark tones in the image, but more importantly, the blues I was using were leaning too purple, meaning that I wasn't really hitting the cold, warm and the complementary contrasts I had in mind. I tried out some darker blues in a different file, but ended up not liking it that much. So I changed the colour scheme. I added darker purples to the background and the Tallneck, but I also ended up changing the oranges to yellow and pink, which helped Aloy stand out better. In the end, this colour scheme might be a slightly different take on the bright colours I've been using, but I feel these final colours works a lot better than my initial colour scheme. Thank you so much for watching. More process videos are up on my YouTube channel, and more of my work can be seen on my social media accounts.